Good morning. Good morning. One of those impromptu videos that I so love to do when it comes to my mind, or when someone sends me an idea and I've got the time. Let's film it. So I ordered food. Yeah, you know me. But before we get into it, I've ordered food and I'm gonna warm it up and we're gonna have a little chit chat. But before we get into the chit chat, I wanted to tell you guys about this hair. I've done a review for this hair. It is it's a 22-inch lace wig, and I have done a review on it. The review will be up next week. The hair, I have been wearing it for days on days on days on days. Slept in it like for a week, trying to see if the texture was still gonna come out the same. And if you watch the review, you'll see what happens. However, this is the hair again in this video. It is so silky smooth and soft that I am absolutely loving. It looks like it just came out of the box, which I am loving, because sometimes you get fresh hair and it lasts for like a day or two, especially if you wash with it and you sleep with it on your head. It never actually really goes back to that initial out of the box feeling. So this one, crazy enough, it's still out of the box fresh. So make sure to watch that review that's coming up in a couple of days and order this hair. It's one of the top 5 AliExpress supplies. Anyway, getting back into the video. So I've ordered some at a place called Po. Let's see if I can put your ass down. So this is the soup. They give you some stuff to put inside your soup. This is sriracha, which I have. I shouldn't have ordered more sriracha. And some wings. So that's the brisket. That's this meat. And it's separated. And in there is your soup. It's so good. This is just to warm it up. Food time. So in this is the meat, right? And these are the noodles. And I'm gonna open up this thing. It has like coriander, basil, mint, and some sprouts. And then in here is chili, which I throw in there. Okay, so the other day, let me tie this hair up. The other day I asked on Instagram what videos I should film. Sorry, my dishwasher is telling me that it's ready. Asking me what videos I should film, and someone came with idea of doing like going through all my old photos and like telling you guys where I was in that point of my life, and yeah, just explaining the history behind the photo. So I went into one of my old email accounts that I hadn't been on in like years, and I started to go through the pictures. And let me just add, like, it's a lot. There's so many memories that I wanted to not remember, but it's also so many things that I realized that I have changed and my circumstances have changed, and I should be happy about it and should celebrate. So I'm only going to go as far back as my matric dance. Okay, so this picture is of me in my matric dance dress. The look was inspired by Victoria Beckham's dress. She had like diamantes going all the way from the side, going all the way down. I was so skinny. I look so different. Like, I don't think I look nice this skinny. The next picture, I went to Durban. I think it's Durban with a friend, and that's me on the beach thinking I'm all cute and everything, looking like a little snack. Then the next picture is of me and my mom and my sister. I'm probably gonna blur out my mom because my mother doesn't like to be on my social media, like most black moms. This is when I was in Miss Teen South Africa. I look like a cockroach. And before Miss Teen South Africa, they allow your family to come and visit you, you know, to wish you luck and stuff. So that's the day that my mom and my sister and my dad came to visit me to wish me good luck. I was so nervous. And the backstory behind that is I had a tongue ring, which was so faux pas that I got asked to take my tongue ring out because they didn't like the thought of having a Miss Teen who's got a tongue ring. I mean, I was a teenager. Some stuck up pretentious. Then the next picture, this picture, I took this picture when I wanted to start my modeling career. Can we look at the shoes? Can we just zoom into the shoes? The shoes do not fit me. And why was I wearing those tights under that skirt, Joe? But my boobs are popping. They were popping. They don't look like this no more. Now I'm on some heavyweight equipment. The next picture is of a company I used to run called Blush with a business partner, and we used to, it was the services where club promoters would hire girls to come in and set an ambiance. We were ambiance setters. It was a great idea. It worked. Guys loved it. I mean, everybody wants to go to a club where there's pretty girls, and most of the times when guys knew that the Blush girls are going to be there, they knew the party was about to go down. And that was our, you know, our reputation, that we were like party starters. All the hot girls go to these parties, and we got paid just to have drinks and hang around with our friends. It was a great business idea. Until I had a falling out with my business partner, and it kind of just went to shit. So this is a picture of me in my first ad campaign, my first ever ad campaign, Telkom. You can't even see that it's me, but my family was so proud of me. Only people who know me and knew that I was in the Telkom ad campaign would have seen this, but I've never even bumped into it myself. I've never seen it. I've never seen it anywhere. I've never been somewhere and seen the box, the packaging. I had never, like, I don't even know if they released the advert, but this is the picture that I took. That was my first ad campaign because I wanted to be a modeler. Oh, I nearly choked. This picture is of my sister's baby shower. This picture's of me and my mom and my sister on her baby shower day. It is one of those moments that you imagine your sister getting married and like having kids, but I never pictured her as a pregnant woman. And my sister's very like earthy, she's a, I mean, you guys know, you know Dr. Fox. She's more down to earth than me. Aga papa, tuck up the side of my neck, and she's very whoosa girl, babes, coming down. The sun's coming in here. So this day was special because we managed to throw her a baby shower that she really wanted, and the theme was goddess, queens, or mother earth kind of theme, and I think we pulled it off. This picture is of me and my cousins. This day was probably one of the weirdest days of my life. And the reason why it was probably one of the weirdest days of my life is because a few months before this picture was taken, I had lost my son. So for those people who don't know, this picture this little hand is of my first son, who passed away when he was a month old. So when I go back and I see this picture with my cousins, I feel like I was in a bad space. I feel like I was sad deep down inside. I can see hurt. This is a picture of my cousin. Wow, imagine eating and crying at the same time. What a mess. This is a picture of my cousins and my sister's best friend, who's basically like a sister, on the same day. And my cousin, who's sitting behind my sister, she passed on. And I bumped into this picture, and when I saw her face, I burst into tears. We all have that one person that we love. And I think what's crazy is that I can talk about my son a lot, who passed on, because I keep his pictures everywhere. And like, even here, if you walk around the house in London, there's pictures of him on the wall. I've got a tattoo. So my son, you know, I still remember him constantly. And I still, so seeing his hand and seeing his face isn't jarring to me. But when I saw this picture of my cousin, and I haven't seen her in so long, I remembered what she looked like. Damn. I loved that girl. Right, then the next picture is of my portfolio, my modeling portfolio. Eventually we decided to get some pictures done. And this is one of the pictures. It's one of my favorite pictures because I thought it was like Art Deco. I was going through a really tough time in this picture. I was trying to break into the modeling industry. I don't know why, because I wouldn't have lasted. Looking at me now. And Mugruvo was just calling my name all the time. Like, whenever I was called to castings, I never pitched. Whenever I would get a job without castings. Where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Yeah, I was trying to break into the like modeling industry, but yeah, I never pitched at any of those things, and I probably wouldn't have lasted. This picture over here is of me when I was at my first actual job. First job I got. I took a gap year after school, so after matric. Sorry, I'm like jumping from, but it's just the way the pictures have come up. First job after school, and man, I fucked that job up. I was always skipping, always sick, like never do what I was meant. I didn't even know what my job was. I was probably on the internet the whole time, building my Facebook profile. Another one of my modeling pictures. This was taken the same day as the other one. This picture here is the first night I went out with Bobo, my best friend. My best Boomba. It was the first time we had gone out partying at ZAR. Remember that club? I think it was a club owned by Kenny Kunene and Gayton McKenzie. First night we went out partying and we were together. And since then we've been best friends. We actually had started, we met in varsity college and we started playing netball together. And then we became friends. This picture over here of me and Bayanda. I was in a bad space here, and I had a baby and I had no money in my bank account, and the little bit I had, I booked a flight to Cape Town, and I didn't book a return ticket because I didn't know how I was gonna get back, but I knew I just needed to get out of there. This picture is the first time I gave Bayanda a bath. First time he came home. So Bayanda was also born very early. He was a premature baby. I'll put a picture of him here. He was also born at 6 months, but because the doctors knew that he was going to be born early too, or the doctors thought he might be born early too, like his brother, they gave me a lot of steroids to help his lungs mature. And after 6 weeks of him staying in the ICU, eventually I got to take him home. First bath I ever gave him, and he was so calm and quiet. I couldn't believe I had a baby. I've been through a lot as a person. And a lot of people, everybody has a sad story. That's the one thing I can attest to. Everybody has a sad story. Everybody has something about them that's hurt them. So I try not to relive my past. And I think going through these pictures just reminds me that, oh, I'm in a good place right now. Emotionally, I was a mess back then. This girl over here, we didn't know that a couple months later she'd try and commit suicide because she struggled with fitting in. She was stubborn. She was fighting with her family, with her parents, and her friends weren't good friends at that time in her life. And she was very lonely. And the guy that she liked, because I was a teenager, played circles around my head. But by the grace of God, or by the grace of people who love me, I survived. And I grew up because I realized that I was a young, very stubborn, naughty teenager. And I got into things too early. I was partying at Capital Underground and I was 18. And it was a 21-year club. It was a club of 21-year-olds. My boyfriends back then were like 24, 22. So they had been in the game. They were playing me like a fool. I was immature and young and easily used and broken. So I tried to kill myself. I didn't succeed because I'm talking to you right now. But it was a dark place. This picture is of my sister and Bayanda when he was a baby. My sister loved Bayanda. My sister treats Bayanda like it's her son. She's absolutely insane. She was insane. She would literally tell Bayanda, you must call me mommy too. So I met Scott. Mine and Scott's first date, like proper first one-on-one date, was when he flew me to Cape Town. Oh, you can already tell by the tone that things are looking up there. Flew me to Cape Town, and we had our first date there, and our second date, and our third date, and our fourth date. And he was a great man. He was a good man, and I could see it, and I could feel it. So I married him. And this is a picture of when Scott asked to marry me. The most unexpected proposal. Like, if you'd seen the picture, I'm wearing shit. Like, I'm literally wearing black jeans and a bomber jacket. And he's like wearing a formal top and jeans because he didn't, if he had worn me, he should have said to me, girl, you need to put something nice on. He did not say any of that. He just said to me, get ready, we're going. And everybody who knows me knows that I'm uniform. This is my uniform, darling. But you need to tell me, like, oh no, dress nicely or something, because if you don't, I'm gonna wear shit. And that's what happened. And I got proposed to wearing a pile of shit, but it was still one of the best days of my life. This picture is a picture of the night before my sister's wedding. We were told that it's gonna rain, and my sister-in-law, my sister's sister-in-law, so my sister-in-law and I, in our culture, if the youngest in the family wears a shoe on her back, it won't rain the next day. So guess what we did? We wore shoes on our back. And the person in the center is my wonderful cousin. The next picture is a picture of me at the birth of my second godchild. This picture is the first time, a couple hours after my godchild was born. And I've been very blessed because my best friend and I, we've been through the most together. She helped me bury my my son when I was going through the most. And there are very few people in my life who I can say they have been with me from in the darkest times of my life. And she's somebody I specifically remember in my life when I was going through the most. She helped me bury my child. She helped me through a very bad relationship, and she helped me through a lot of bad relationships, and she's still today my best friend. Same thing applies for her. I helped her bury her mom. I helped her bury her dad. And I helped her bury her mom. Nothing bonds motherfuckers like death. I think when you've been through something like that with somebody, you ain't going nowhere. I won't lie. There's very little that people can do that will piss me off like hectically, because we literally have pulled each other through the trenches of the depth of hell and made it alive and kicking today. This was our first trip with the girls to Paris. This was the first time I went to Paris, and we went with the girls, and it was amazing. There's so many pictures I want to share, but like, I don't want this video to be too long. And the next picture is the first time I met my nephew. Amazing. Amazing. I feel blessed. I feel like I'm lucky, and my sister and my best friend have afforded me and awarded me such life-changing moments, like seeing people be born, seeing my favorite people being born into the world. Hands down, some of my top 10 best moments in life ever is the day my niece and my nephew and my godkids were born. Sorry. Yeah. Then the next day, which is the next top memory of my life, was marrying Scott. Seeing you standing there in Sun City in your Hawaiian shirt and jacket was the beginning of destiny. The first destiny was for that shirt to go to the dustbin. The second destiny was for us to end up here. So in a quest to tell everyone how much I cannot thank the universe enough for bringing you into my life, I have a couple of thank yous.
Okay, was this your perfect wedding?
This was our perfect wedding.
Yeah.
This picture is a picture of the morning of the wedding. This bouquet was sent to me by Scott, and I got a beautiful little ring and a note from him. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to write my vows on the wedding day, and I cried for 30 minutes straight, trying to find the right words to say to my husband, trying to find the right words to say to my son, trying to find the right words to say to my stepdaughters, my daughters. I know what failed marriage looks like. I know what failed relationships look like. And I knew that this one was the one. I have to laugh when I see this picture. This picture is when Bobo first met Scott. The look on her face is like, boy. Hey guys, sorry, I had to pause for a while, so now the lighting's a bit crap because it's dark outside. That's a bit of a walk down memory lane of who I am. I wish I can include like other things. I wish there's so many pictures, there's so many things I've done with my life, there's so many important moments. So that's it. I just wanted to say I see the progression in my life. I see the past. The past has made me who I am, and there are some things that are sad, but there are some things that are good. I'm blessed, I'm less stressed, and I have progressed. I love you guys. My name is Heather Fox. I'm out. How about a dance?
What happens tomorrow?